Have you ever been alone in the middle of nowhere and suddenly felt watched? Or seen a shadow at your window and felt the ice of fear in your spine? Well, let me tell you what happened to me. When my husband and I moved into our new house, it was a dream come true. Perched on the edge of a secluded valley, the views were breathtaking. Rolling hills, trees that seemed to stretch forever, and a calm that felt like pure escape from the world. But there was a catch. I'd been a little nervous about living so far away from, well, everything, especially at night. You know that feeling, right? I told my husband, "What if you ever have to leave me alone here?" And he just laughed, said it would never happen. "I don't work nights, remember," he told me. And guess what? 2 weeks after we moved in, his work calls him away. Not just for a day, but for a week. I'd be all alone in this isolated, quiet house with nothing but the wind and my imagination. The first night was okay. I made myself a cup of tea and tried to settle into a cozy routine. But as I looked out the window, I couldn't shake this uneasy feeling. Everything was pitch black outside. No streetlights, no neighbors, just an endless, silent valley. And then I saw them, bright lights, coming closer. My heart dropped. I tried to think logically. It could just be a car turning around, or maybe someone lost. But why would they stop here in front of my driveway? My mind started racing. I thought of every horror movie I'd ever watched, every thriller where the main character thinks they're safe, but I knew I wasn't safe. Who or what was out there? Then the lights cut off. The only sound was the faint hum of an engine. I squinted into the darkness, trying to see, and that's when I saw it. A figure emerged from the shadows, small, hunched, slowly making its way towards the house. My throat went dry. I couldn't even scream. Whoever it was had stopped just beyond the porch. They were shuffling, moving so slowly, like they'd all the time in the world. My mind went wild with fear. Was it an alien, a ghost, some kind of serial killer creeping toward my door? Honestly, if someone's going to creep towards a house in the dead of night, maybe try not to look like a horror movie extra, you know? I don't know what came over me, but I knew I had to see who or what it was. I crept to the door, unlocked it, and peeked out, my hands shaking, heart pounding. It was my mother-in-law. Yep, she'd driven hours to keep me company so I wouldn't be alone. "I didn't want you to be scared, dear," she said, smiling like she hadn't just aged me 10 years in one night. After I got my breath back, I laughed. All that fear, all those dark thoughts, and it was her just coming to make sure I was okay. So maybe I learned a lesson. Maybe it's that we can scare ourselves silly when we're alone, or maybe it's just that moms always know when we need them most, even if their timing is terrifying.